You're listening to Last Word Radio, where you get the last word.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Running Wild Podcast. I'm your co-host, Rich. Alongside me, as always, my co-host, Runz.
Yes, sir.
I just want to remind you guys that we're being brought to you in partnership with lastwordonsports.com. And we're also with W2M Network. It's Wrestling to the Max. You can find them on Facebook. You can listen to us under the Last Word on Sports banner on iTunes. You can also listen to us on the W2M network on iTunes. You can listen to us on our own channel on iTunes. You can also listen to us on Spreaker. You can listen to us on Stitcher. And you can listen to us on YouTube as you stare at our logo. You can follow us on Twitter at RunningWildLWOS. You can email us comments, questions, anything to runningwildpodcast@gmail.com. And just as a side note, we might have some special prizes, tickets to perhaps a live local show. If you guys send us some comments, go over to our iTunes page and leave us a comment, subscribe. And if you want to follow me directly, you can follow me at LWOSRich. And you can check out my articles over at lastwordonsports.com/wrestling. With that out of the way, how are you doing? And what do you think about this week of wrestling?
I think that's the first time you've ever asked me how I'm doing on this podcast, and I'm doing great.
Excellent.
It's a splendid day in the neighborhood. This week in wrestling was pretty entertaining. I enjoyed it for the most part. I thought it was a good episode of Raw. I watched SmackDown because my kids at work forced me to, so I had no choice. But it was also an enjoyable episode.
Yeah, I mean, you also. So, I mean, I guess makes most sense to start with Raw.
Clearly.
What did you think? I really enjoyed Shane McMahon's. I like when episodes of Raw make sense altogether. There's like a unifying thing, like when they do a tournament or something like that. And then, of course, tournaments are my favorite. So Shane announces that there's going to be a tag team tournament this week for the number one contenders.
Yeah, which I really like the idea of.
I mean, having New Day sponsor it.
Yeah, sponsored by Bootios. That was great.
And just having them, using them correctly, and not just having them, come out and watch, but have them kind of present it as kind of their own thing.
Their thing, yeah, exactly. Do you want to talk about that briefly? Because, not briefly, but we can get right into the tag team tournament. So it's the Usos and the Vaudeville, right? It's the Usos against the Vaudevillains now, and Enzo and Cass against the Dudley Boys. So, what do you think happens?
I've been staring at that bracket, and I can't. I don't understand.
Can I tell you exactly what is going to happen?
All right, hold on. See, there's a part of me that says Enzo and Cass versus the Vaudevillains, but I feel like that's crazy.
Okay, so Enzo and Cass are going to beat the Dudley Boys, right? That's going to happen. Then Bullet Club is going to cost the Usos that match, right? Mm-hmm. So the Vaudevillains and Enzo and Cass, like you said. But then the Dudley Boys are going to get their revenge and cost Enzo and Cass that match, and the Vaudevillains are going to win this tournament.
Are the Vaudevillains? I don't think I watched a lot of the match. Are they wrestling as heels?
Yeah, they're definitely heels, and that makes even more sense because New Day is now the faces. So now you just feed them to the New Day. Enzo and Cass can have their feud with the Dudleys. The Usos have their feud with Bullet Club or whatever they're going to be called, and that's it. Go from there.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, See, I think that was what was giving me a problem when I was looking at the bracket because I'm not going to say I fell asleep during Raw and I had to choose
Oh,
I had to
shocking.
pick and choose what I watched before I went to work that day. So, yeah, I didn't realize the Vaudevillains were wrestling as
Well,
heels.
they wrestled on SmackDown, so
Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, that's
that
what it was.
explains why you would
I
never
don't
see it.
SmackDown.
No, yeah. But yeah, so I definitely think that's the direction that they go in just because it makes the most booking sense and all of those feuds are already kind of underway. So
This is a lot of tag team action going on.
yeah, which is pretty crazy, but definitely enjoyable when you have the right teams in there.
Did you, speaking of tag team stuff, this is just a random thought. I was reading somewhere and I thought it myself when Shane made the match for the end of Raw.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of thought of Teddy Long.
Yeah, of course. Holla, holla, holla.
The guy, oh man. Like, I want to know because I feel like it's exaggerated perhaps, but I really want to know how many times. Like tell us how many episodes of SmackDown he was the general manager for, and then tell us how many times he made a tag team main event.
Just every episode ever.
Like, I wonder if there's anybody who would do that. Like, could you make? I don't know. I want to like go back and read results for every. Like, I just want to Google. I think I'm gonna do for next episode. I'm gonna have hard figures, facts and figures, but how many times Teddy Long did that. I'm really excited about this project. By the way,
Good luck.
my wife is going to kill me because this is gonna take at least 4 hours.
It's gonna take a week. Yeah, it's gonna take you all week.
This is excellent. This is hard hitting journalism right here. This is what you call a broadcast journalist. Oh, I'm so
Doing
excited.
his homework on Teddy Long.
I told you before we started the episode, and I know this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I don't care. My wife keeps calling our stat wife keeps calling Stat Baby Wild Man when he acts crazy, and I just can't. I can't stop laughing. Like she doesn't get it. I've tried to show her the picture of Mark Miro, but every time because I actually see Johnny B. Bad in my head. So I find it more ridiculous that she's calling him Johnny B. Bad, and I just can't stop laughing. All right. Anyway, sorry about that.
No, so I mean, I guess now we can go back to the beginning of Raw because Kevin Owens comes out to interrupt Shane, right? That's what.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that we're getting a Kevin Owens Shane McMahon match at some point, don't you? Like the interaction that they had last week, the interaction that they have had this week in like 4 segments. I just think we're going to get some type of Kevin Owens, Shane McMahon feud. Maybe you have, see, it would be terrible if you had like Vince pick Kevin Owens to represent him again and, you know, he loses to Shane and that's how Shane gets control or something like that.
I see, like with the whole kind of skewing the results of WrestleMania and having Shane now 2 weeks in a row.
Which I said to you off air, but I don't care. It is enjoyable. It's wrestling, so Vince McMahon can do whatever he feels like doing, and it's working out for our benefit, so I'm fine with it.
I felt, well, what I mean is like, because that happened, I kind of feel like Shane, it proves more that Shane was just more of a like, damn it, we have no one to do this. And
well,
that's why I don't see him wrestling again.
I don't feel that way because if he would have lost and then just went away, then I would have felt that he was just that villain. But because now he's still there and he's the GM or whatever you want to say, then now I feel like, okay, I don't care that he came in and lost that one match because it's part of the bigger story. You know, whether it had to be planned because there would be no way, you know. But I think that this makes it okay. Like, yes, he lost his chance, but they never said that was his only chance. They never said that would be the be all end all. And Vince wants to make money, so he's making him money and getting ratings. And so, like, there's ways to look around it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm fine with that part. I guess what I mean is, I don't believe that they're gonna have him fight again.
Why not? I mean, maybe it doesn't have to be for control of the show or anything, but I could see it happening.
But then what's going on? What about Sami Zayn?
Well, I mean, he's gonna feud with Zayn now. It doesn't like the feud with Shane can be him putting him in matches, him helping Sami Zayn, him doing this, and then after that feud is over, then Kevin Owens can say like, you know what? For the past 4 months, you've been pushing me. Now this is enough, and he hits him with a power bomb, and we go from there. It's not out of Kevin Owens' realm of possibility.
I just want to see
Shane
Owens
looked
and Zayn
good,
fight.
and I think that would be a cool matchup, because they're similar size-wise, height-wise.
Yeah.
So it helps that dynamic, and Shane is the quick guy, so I think I would really enjoy that.
See, I'm trying to wrap my head around this because I'm trying to like think who would win the feud in the end, and then like what would happen. Like if Owens wins, presumably you would think that Shane would be out for a while.
So maybe that's the way you end Shane McMahon for now. Maybe they do something down the line. Maybe Shane McMahon wins, and that's how he gets one over. You can use that story to boost up the other story.
Owens does not stop. Like it's crazy because it's obvious that a lot of his character, I think, is just him dialing it up a little bit. I mean, his Twitter. He's always in kayfabe. I mean, even when he's answering questions about himself, like somebody tweeted at him, like, "What does it take to be what does it take to be a father and a husband?" And he wrote, "Kids and a wife." Like
brilliant.
He does stuff like that. Or I sent you a picture off air, whatever. We talked about this off air, but John Cena was talking about tweeted something like people, tweet out your, times that you showed true grit with hashtag true grit. So he's like, in my debut, I beat you and I'm a 2-time Intercontinental champion. Hashtag true grit. Like to John Cena. Like that's, and I don't feel like there's nobody, this is why I have to believe this. There's nobody going, yo, Kev, make sure you do this or that, right? He is just
No. On the Austin podcast, Enzo and Cass said that they ride with Kevin Owens. And they said that, like, one, he doesn't want to listen to the radio. He just wants to talk about wrestling, which, thank you. And
Wait, you said it wrong. Because if they were on the Austin podcast, they had to say it like, oh, he doesn't want to listen to the radio. All he wants to do is talk about
the business. Well, yes, and book the territory and do all this.
Yes. Austin must have like creamed his pants. I need to listen to that.
But they were great. But they said that he reads everything on Twitter. Like everything that you send him, he reads and like will respond to or block or do whatever. So, that's just amazing.
I think I want to say that for the guys from WrestleZone, one of them, like I think Eisenberg, he got blocked by Owens.
That's awesome.
And he was like, well, I didn't think the guy would really stay. Some complaining that he's always like, he doesn't really have to stay in kayfabe like that and block me. I mean, come on.
Yes,
and I'm like, this is fantastic.
That's his character.
But even, yeah. We should try to get blocked so people will see that we're blocked. And maybe.
But I don't want to, like,
no,
I love that guy. Yeah, I don't want to get blocked. He's awesome.
I mean, I hate him.
I would legitimately be upset if I would create a new Twitter just so that I could follow him again because I would feel bad.
Sometimes when I think about Generico, I just go to the old Twitter page and just scroll and read stuff.
Read his kayfabe tweets.
Yo, the fact that he would like
on my way to Mexico,
like
orphanage.
Yes, like grammatically incorrect shit. And then I would say like translated from service.
Yep.
Yo, literally my favorite thing. Like I just it's so good.
Like one of my kids the other day was like, "Oh, what happened with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn? Like, tell me the whole story." So I was like, "Ha, okay, you got it. So I was like, they trained together, they were a tag team, blah blah blah. And then I was like, and then when Kevin Owens said he was going to retire, and he kicked Sami Zayn in the nuts, and the kid like sat back and was like, "What? Oh my god!" And then like I just went on from there. But that was all he needed to hear, and he was like, "Man, what a dick." It's like, yep, that's why he's the best.
Yeah, I was actually talking to a couple of kids I found out on the college trip I was on. A couple of my students that I don't have in my classes, they're like in my building, whatever. Apparently big wrestling fans, and they're big NXT fan. And man, it was great. Started doing the end zone cast thing on the bus. We started the yes chant, which the whole bus did. It was really epic. And he was talking about how it's funny because you could tell he likes Zayn, but he knows Owens is like money,
Yes.
like, and he's torn. But it was, I was like, wow, I wish I could feel that way. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I know Owens is great, but I fucking hate him because I'm sick and tired of it. Just like, what got me the angriest was when Zayn was hurt and not even around, and Owens was just tweeting nasty things.
It's just that's just what makes Kevin Owens so good, is that he will always take that shot to make somebody angry. If he wasn't taking those shots, then you and 25,000 other people like you would be a fan of his by now. But because he does those little things, you still hate him. And that's why he is such a good heel. He's a bully. And like, just to give him some credit where credit is due, he's in phenomenal shape for him.
Oh no, yeah.
Like these couple past weeks on Raw, it's like, where did you come from? All right, yeah, there we go. You must be getting a push or something, because otherwise, like, good for you, man.
Something's got to happen. I mean, he's been flirting with being up there.
He's gonna feud with Zayn, and they can fight till WrestleMania for all I care. But
please,
please. So
but it's gonna be torturous, though.
That is going to watch that on a pay-per-view is going to blow my mind. But that's going to be good as anything, like, we know that. So that's going to boost them both up after it's done, and then we'll go from there. He can't really win another mid-card title. Like, he's done with that. So
yeah. But I mean, don't you? Isn't there part of you that feels like it's so early for him to be done with mid-card titles?
Well, I mean, he can win one in 3 years, but like, he can't win one in the next year. Like, he needs to take some time away from that, and because he just wins it and loses it. So let everyone else hold on to it and try and make it mean something and whatever. I'm enjoying what The Miz is doing now, and we can transition to that. But, I'm enjoying the IC title stuff right now.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I've always loved Miz. I mean, he lost kind of the... They weren't pushing him in a way that made him as credible, in terms of,
they
like,
buried him.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of really being a threat. He still was kind of doing the same work, but they just really didn't make him. And I don't know if they were burying him. I think they just, like, I don't know. It's like they felt like he didn't need to wrestle to keep the level they had him at.
They weren't, like, maliciously burying him. Like, he didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But his cowardly heel is gonna lose. Like, when he's not doing anything important, he's gonna lose those matches and take those pinfalls and try and just keep being corny and annoying. And I think when he's losing, that is just really annoying. And it's not like, when you're losing and I have no reason to care about you, and then you're being annoying and just like that blinded heel, it just actually annoys me, and it doesn't make me want to root for you. Whereas now, as soon as Maryse came back, I was like, wow, okay, now I don't really think you're that annoying, and now I kind of see that you're a legit maybe not a tough guy, but you can handle yourself.
Yeah. Stat wife, she didn't see Raw,
Uh-huh.
and she remembers Maryse, and
Really
yeah,
interesting.
and she also told me, which was very heartbreaking, that almost every diva wears hair extensions, which I was very confused by. I didn't understand. She's like, you never seen Becky Lynch, by the way? She's got 2 different color hair, like levels of orange. And I was like, what?
We'll save that for the cutting hair podcast.
Yeah. Sorry about that. But anyway, so she's going to be on Total Divas, which I just can't wait to see the way this plays out in terms of Statwife, because she liked Miz. Although I remember her saying, like, when Miz like had a title, when he was like more important, she would say stuff like, "I like him so much, but why does he have to like take the easy way out?" Which, I'd be like, "But he's the bad." Like,
that's what he does. Yes.
It was just fantastic to see her process it. But now with Maryse back, it'll be interesting because Maryse will be on Total Divas. So depending on what she's like on the show.
Yeah, and like I don't think she can be like a raging bitch all the time on Total Divas. So I'm sure she'll enjoy her to some extent. And I didn't think about that her being on Total Divas means that The Miz is now on Total Divas. So that'll be entertaining.
Oh man, I mean, but see, I think he's always going to be kayfabe.
Nah, did you watch the road trip, whatever it's called, with him and Dolph Ziggler? He was just stupid Miz.
Yeah, I mean that would
he was real world Miz, not like.
All right, I can see that. I can see him doing that, I guess.
The stuff with Ryder is kind of already pushed to the back burner a little bit. He's feuding with Cesaro, which is fine. Is he going to beat Cesaro? I don't know, but
I think he wins the first time because I think he wins the first match. He's going to do something shady.
But then if he loses the belt, like, what's the point? Like, is that why you just transitioned it to the Miz to get it over to Cesaro? But
you can he doesn't have to drop it to Cesaro soon. He can drop it at SummerSlam. Like they can feud for a couple of months, right? Especially with Maryse involved.
It's a lot of pay-per-views, though.
Is it, though?
It's like Payback, Extreme Rules, Money in the Bank, something else, and then SummerSlam.
Is it really 5?
Or 4.
4 pay-per-views.
So, I mean, you could do anything. Yeah. You can have him fight Ryder or have a tag or do something, but even still, if it's like a one feud and then he drops the title, it's still the same effect. Like, he only wrestled one person as the champion.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, it's weird that they rushed. Well, not necessarily rushed, but jumped right into this Cesaro going for a title because I think he's so over, and they kind of found an actual gimmick with him with that breakaway suit and stuff that now is the time to push him. He came back, and if you push him down the card again, people are just going to be like, oh, here we go again. So I think now he's back. He feels fresh. You got to keep him at that level.
What is with the earpiece, though?
The sunglasses?
No, the earpiece.
What earpiece?
Like, he's got like an earbud in with like a microphone.
Oh, I thought that was like part of the sunglasses, like just wrapping around.
I think it's attached, like it slides onto one of the legs of the glasses, right?
Yeah, and then that's just like a band to hold it behind his head, no? So that they don't fall off and he doesn't lose them.
No.
Because the first time he did it, he went to like throw the sunglasses, and they must like really be his sunglasses, because he was like, oh, he went to throw them, and he was like, oh no, wait, and he just kept them on, and then now he has that string on him.
I think if you watch in slow motion, you'll see that there's like a earbud too.
Maybe it's like headphones or something,
like a Secret Service type thing.
Yeah, well, I mean,
but doesn't he like headphones, or is that Tyson Kidd?
They both had the Beats and all that.
Man. See, it's like watching Total Divas does stuff like this. I think of Tyson Kidd for half a second. I think of him loving cats, and then I just think of R-Truth being scared of cats. Like that. That would be so much of a better angle than Golden Truth. Dude is scared of cats. Like that's such a weird thing.
I'm speaking of Golden Truth. I missed this on SmackDown, but for some reason it was Goldust and Fandango, and not Goldust and R-Truth.
What?
Yeah. So maybe R-Truth, or maybe for some reason they were like, "Nah, I'm not wrestling with you. Forget it." Which I don't. What is the point of this? What is the point? It's been going on for 6 months.
It hasn't been.
Goldust wanted to be a tag team.
It has not been 6 months.
It's been going on for a while. Goldust wanted to be a tag team, then R-Truth didn't. Now R-Truth wants to be a tag team. Now Goldust doesn't. Are they going to fight? Are they going to be friends? What are we doing? Just do something.
That's what's so good about this. They can bring a third person in here. Oh man,
that would be not what's so good about this.
I like this
third person. We're going to bring in Fandango.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
And then have them both find another partner, right? And then like wrestle each other, and then eventually like
their eyes meet in the middle of the ring, and they just
I love
tag team love.
I love weird lower card like extended rivalry, like feuds, and
I do as well, but not. I don't know. This just doesn't make sense.
I think this could this lead to Cody coming back
and teaming with Goldust, maybe.
Yeah,
but then that's terrible for Cody. All
right. Well, I know that's one of the biggest feuds on Raw, but what else do we have? We had the women's. There was a women's.
Yeah, Charlotte and Natalya.
I mean, come on. That was a really good match.
Great match, but as soon as it's Natalya, I don't care. I tune out.
What is it? Is it because of just the way she's been?
I just dislike Natalya.
Oh. Wait, is it because of Total Divas?
I guess, but it's just like, it's just the way that she acts. Like, I hate the way she talks. I just feel like it's so fake. And from watching Total Divas, it has not helped that.
All right.
Oh, nice. Okay. Adam Rose and Konnor suspended 60 days wellness policy. See you later.
All right, let's figure it out. Rose, steroids. Konnor, pot.
I would say both of them probably just fucking pot. Because Connor's like fat. He's not yoked.
Adam Rose is like, oh God, this is.
It's funny too because like someone like Zack Ryder or someone tweeted like Adam Rose best body in the business, and now maybe that's why, because he was taking steroids.
I wonder if WWE guys read that tweet and they were like,
yeah, you know what? Let's take a look at that. Yeah. Great job, Zack Ryder. Way to go. I'm going down. I'm taking down everyone with me.
Man, I guess it goes to the Adam Rose experiment. I was
yeah. Goodbye.
I was really pulling for that guy, especially after seeing the ESPN special and everything. You really come on, wanted that guy to win.
Yeah, that was solid, but never really made me root for him. Nice story, but meh.
Oh, did you hear about Balls Mahoney this week?
No, I live under a rock.
Fair. Man, it's did you hear like I liked Balls. Well, I think I just like chanting. I didn't really watch him in ECW, so I just like chanting balls. I mean, like that's super fun. I mean, really,
I can't believe you just said that sentence. I like chanting balls. It's good. It's good stuff.
It's super fun. No, but I really, I don't know. I feel like is it getting to the point where this is going to stop, or I mean, are we?
It's extremely sad, but like this is what I'm conditioned to as a wrestling fan. These guys who don't necessarily take care of themselves in the best way and take an insane amount of abuse and add to that drugs and alcohol and whatever else, it's a recipe for disaster, and I enjoyed Balls Mahoney's work. It was very entertaining. Everything you read about him is he was such a good guy and just loved wrestling and all of that. So I love that. Thank you. But I hate seeing people give their life to the business, or it sucks. So hopefully this stops with the new technology and the wellness policy and steroids being illegal to some people and all of that kind of stuff.
And so the thing is, like, we saw Sabu,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like a lot of those ECW guys, what it is they're still working these like little shows. I mean, Sabu was trying to pull off, some of his classic like triple jumps and like going through the table. And there were times where how scary.
He couldn't even walk.
I was scared. Like he was going like starting to run for moves that you need momentum for. And I was worried that he wasn't building up the momentum, and
he did not have momentum at all.
And the thing is, I think that's part of it too, right? Like these guys still wrestling that style that they're known for, so that they can make that money and get booked on more shows when they're getting older.
I think Balls Mahoney and Axel Rotten talked about this, which I mean, we lost both of them in a month, right? They talked about how like once you start doing something, then you pigeonhole yourself, and then it's how can we top that? How can we top that? Oh, you want me to do glass? Okay, how about fire? Okay, how about this? How about that? And you put your body through hell, and that's not good. After a while, that stuff adds up, and like I said, couple that in with whatever extracurricular activities were going on, and that's not a good idea.
It's just sad that he's, not that it's better, but you hear some of them, the guys get, find a hotel room, or they did this. He was sitting on his couch watching Jeopardy with his wife.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Sucks.
Like,
yeah, there was no overdose or anything like that. He had a bad fall, something happened, and that was it.
He's 11. Okay, I'm 33 years old. I sit on the couch and watch Jeopardy with my wife all the time. He's 11 years older than me. To think that in 11 years I could just be watching Jeopardy. And obviously, like, I don't live the same lifestyle as him. But just, it's the scary thought. 11, like, 44
just
years
sitting
old
there
watching
doing
Jeopardy?
nothing. Yeah.
You're not even, like, you're not on a roller coaster. You're not wrestling. You're not, like, at a bar somewhere. You're sitting on your couch watching Jeopardy.
It must have been a tough question.
Too soon. Terrible. All right. So moving on. Speaking of terrible, no, just joking though. Roman Reigns. What did you? You must have. I mean, I feel like you must have been super excited about this with the Wyatt family.
I mean, I really enjoy this Roman Reigns as well. Like, I really enjoy this. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a good guy. I'm the guy, because it's building to something. You don't give a guy that type of line and use it over and over if there's no point. And I think League of Nations coming out, really, I was like, well, wait, what? So we're not making him a bad guy? Okay, forget it. And I started to fast forward, and then like the lights go out, and I was like, okay. And then we get the whole thing with the Wyatts, and then them standing in the ring together. So I was like, okay, but how is this working? Like, are they just kind of like two ships passing in the night? Like Bray Wyatt is on his way from heel to face, and Roman's on his way from face to heel, and we're kind of just at that same in between point right now. But who's rubbing who? Who's helping who become what? So that's the part that is a little confusing to me. But I enjoyed it. It was good TV. I like the like keep your enemies close kind of thing that they were going for.
All right. So do you think that when Flair first said to be the man, you got to beat the man, and I'm the man, people were disagreed with that statement?
No.
Were they angry? Like,
like people who didn't like Ric Flair, maybe? Yes.
See, like it works for Roman right now, but I just maybe it's because it's effective. It just makes me dislike him almost more. Like
Exactly.
not
But
like
that's what I'm saying. Like that's the point of that line
it's
is
so
to
close to
make you
Flair.
like, ugh, really? Like that's what you're saying right now. Like, hey, you may not like me, but I'm the man. Do something.
Yes,
Like
but see,
that's
and
great.
I think, and it's because I think it's so close to the Flair line that it almost makes me angrier about it. Like, how
Well,
dare you? You're not the guy. Come on,
yeah. Well, I don't know.
Kevin Owens is the guy.
Yeah, he's the champ, so he gets to say what he wants.
I mean, all right,
It
all right.
just like it has to be done. And they were mentioning it on Cheap Heat how like when they were talking to people, they were getting a sense of something. And that has to be where they got to that point where they were like, okay, we are never going to get this guy over. So let's just embrace this. There's nothing else we can do. And by embracing it, you will get him over. Because if he sucks as a heel, then people are going to boo the hell out of him even more. And if he's great as a heel, then people like us are going to cheer for him. So then you'll get him over as a face.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'll keep watching. I just don't know if he'll be the heel that I root for. I feel like he'll actually be the heel that I don't like.
Yeah, which perfect.
Like that.
If he, but that's what I'm saying. If he's not good at being a heel, then we're gonna boo him. But if he's able to find some sort of character or his place on the microphone, then that's when we start to appreciate like, oh wow, this guy's actually pretty good.
Then you'll buy the replica flak jacket.
I will never buy a replica flak jacket. $50. Get out of here.
Hold on. You know what? 1 year ago, I say to you, would you buy a John Cena hoodie? Your response would have been, I will never buy a John Cena hoodie. And actually what I see now is on your person is never give up.
But that's not okay. That's not true because I have John Cena cups and like I enjoy tormenting myself with John Cena. It makes me smile. So when I went on the WWE shop and the John Cena hoodie was $15, I could not resist myself. It's a nice sweatshirt. I don't I don't know what to really say. And it's a nice sweatshirt. There is no John Cena on it. It just says "Never give up" and "Hustle loyalty respect" on the arm. That's it. No John Cena, no WWE. People don't know. People just like, oh man, that's a nice sweatshirt. Yeah, never give up.
Wait, it doesn't have the WWE square or anything?
No, nothing. It's just a nice hoodie.
Okay, all right.
So for $15, thank you, John Cena. Thank you, WWE.
By the way, I think the shirt that I love the most right now is my Seth Rollins Never Shuts Up, because it quickly trolls, like the kids assumed, a bunch of kids who like wrestling assumed it was a John Cena shirt. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
cool, you're wearing a Cena shirt? And I went, no. I was like, it's not John Cena. Remember when John Cena's nose was broken by Seth Rollins? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, you can't see me. And they're just like, oh, no. Like, really? Against John Cena? And I love that high school kids like root for John Cena. Like, it just...
I'm still not sure which one is better. You can't see knee or knees to faces.
And I have both shirts.
Yep.
I love that's. There's nothing better.
You also have an I Love Crazy Chick shirt.
Wait, no, I don't have that one anymore.
Well, you did.
I retired it. Yes, I did Crazy Chicks. That was the best, and I loved wearing it out with Stat Wife. It was apropos. I would just stand next to her and be like, "Hey, by the way."
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I like to get the subversive shirts, I guess. Really, my favorite shirt that I don't own, though, I think Murph owns it. Twin Towers.
Yeah, I have that one. The Never Forget. Yeah, the yellow shirt.
So inappropriate, but I love it so much.
I mean, like, it's just so good. Like, it, one of the worst things of my life, but it's amazing. It just makes it's so good.
Like, even I don't think. No, there's no way I ever connected that with them. You know,
No,
like
no, never.
just
And
the
then when I
build.
saw it, it was like, oh, never forget because they're the Twin Towers. That's priceless.
And the thing is, and then for people who don't know them, it's just like, oh, maybe they're just commemorating dead
People are just like,
wrestlers.
oh yeah, Big Boss Man and Akeem, man. Yeah, never forget those guys. I'm like, no, that's not it.
By the way, if you haven't checked it out, if you've never seen it, please Google Hakeem's origin. All right. And like, it's crazy, man. Like one man they're like outside and there's a ceremony and then he comes out and starts dancing.
Jesus.
It is one of the weirdest like vignettes that I've ever seen. And you have to see it. It's
Yeah,
awful. It's on
I'll
YouTube.
definitely check that out. That sounds pretty ridiculous.
All right. So did we leave anything out from Raw?
I don't believe so.
We covered all the major stuff.
We had Kevin Owens getting thrown out. We had Zayn and Styles have a good match. That
Oof.
I never really thought Zayn was going to win, but going into it, I never thought he was going to win. There was a couple times when I was like, maybe, but still didn't really expect it. I expected Kevin Owens or someone like that to come out and interfere, but I'm perfectly fine with them just giving us a great match.
It was kind of weird to not have him interfere after you kicked him out. Like, it just, what?
Yeah.
Like, that's what's supposed to happen.
He got kicked out. Nicely done, Shane.
Yeah, like, wait. It's like almost you want to be like, Shane, what did you do that nobody else in the history of wrestling has been able to do?
Yeah, how did you keep this man out of the building, especially someone like Kevin Owens?
Like what? Crime Time wasn't outside? He couldn't bought some that was that the most racist? Not definitely not the most racist. But is that like top 15 most racist things WWE has done since the year 2000?
Because the year 2000, like one thing a year.
Because before 2000, I mean, Virgil himself is terrible. The Junkyard Dog.
See, like, it's really strange because, like, if I don't know how to say this without sounding bad. Like, if you put like a Japanese, like when they put Jimmy Wang Yang as the cowboy, right? Like, people are never going to connect with that because nobody's ever seen an Asian cowboy. So
Time out.
that, like, it's hard to connect with it and get those things over. Not saying that you can't make JTG or Shad something better than a criminal, but certain gimmicks fit. I don't know.
Hold on, wait, because you kind of broke my heart a little bit right there. I don't know why. I've never questioned this, but the reason I thought that Jimmy Wang Yang came out as a cowboy is because I thought the dude was like legit, like a cowboy, and that was just him being him. I've never thought about the idea that they were like, "Yo, let's try to make you a cowboy." Like
who was like embracing America.
The silence you guys are hearing is because I don't really know how to continue. Right, I'm a little kind of thrown back that Jimmy Wang Yang, like he's just not a cowboy. I don't.
Yeah,
okay.
Like he was like a straight, like he was in like the Young Dragons in WCW and stuff. But yeah, like I think it's just that people associate certain, not that it's right, but people associate certain cultures or races with certain elements. So it's easier for them to create a character around those stereotypes instead of going outside the box and trying to do something else with them that people are going to be like, I don't know about that.
But let me ask you a question.
You don't have to give them a gimmick either, but that's beside the point.
Stone Cold has been arrested and come back to the arena.
People have been taken to the hospital, like everything.
Like, what did they do to Kevin Owens? Like, what happened?
I guess Shane just has the best security in the world. They didn't even let him buy a ticket to get back in. I mean, it's good stuff. They had the arena on lockdown.
I want Shane to start like breaking those wrestling rules. It's just amazing. All right, so if that's Raw, and you kind of covered SmackDown,
Yeah, there was
Um,
nothing on SmackDown.
did you watch Ring of Honor?
No, I did not.
Oh man, you know what? It's still up online. The fight with honor between
Oh,
Silas
okay. I
and
will watch
Dalton
that. Yes.
is, you know what? I mean, yeah,
Yeah, don't even like. It was that good. I'll go out of my way.
yeah,
I'll watch it.
you guys need to go out. I don't want to spoil it. I just, even though, I always talk about how the taping stuff bothers me
Hmm.
a little bit slightly, but I was fine.
This was one match that I was looking forward to when I read about it being taped, and then completely forgot about because it's been so long. So I'm excited to actually see it.
Um, what else was going on there? So finally, ends up coming out with Donovan Dijak. So it seems like they're going to be pushing him, a
Hmm.
lot more now.
That relationship.
They keep doing this thing with BJ Whitmer where he gets like bought out and doesn't wrestle,
Yeah.
which I kind of find to be kind of funny. And it seems like he's kind of messing with Carino, aka Mr. Wrestling Number 3, which,
Hmm.
as you guys found out episodes ago, I didn't know they were the same person for a bit, which was kind of sad and shocking. But maybe this means that Carino's like neck injury is getting better, or they're going to do something with Colby. The Leo Rush has just been really excellent. I'm starting to like War Machine
Hmm.
even more, which before I just really didn't like them. Young Guns are just
Young Bucks.
Young Bucks. What am I talking about? Because they've been
Yeah.
wrestling the Motor City Machine Guns. I know we've seen that match before, but I just really enjoyed that all the time. I really like what they're doing with Cedric, and I know you don't like Vita Scott, but I mean, I think she's excellent in her role as being like that obnoxious woman.
Hmm.
The one thing that's weird is just like, I don't know why they don't ever show it, but the Women of Honor, like they have
Those matches.
on their Twitter and everything, and some is on YouTube. You can watch it, but they never include it on the show. And some of the matches are pretty good. I think some of their female wrestlers have really great like personalities and gimmicks.
Hmm.
And I just don't
Know
I don't
why they don't promote it.
Yeah, instead you have Mandy Leon sitting there like at the commentary table, like just you barely see her, like you just see like flashes of her throughout the night. And
I gotta be honest. If I went to Ring of Honor and I had to see a women's match, I wouldn't be very happy.
really,
Yes, because I would be like, oh, really? Like this is supposed to be my alternative from WWE, and now I'm getting. I don't know.
that
It
show in New
just
York is
seems
sold out.
so minor league to me, because like, oh, these women aren't good enough to be in WWE. Like they hire everyone. Like, yeah, no thanks.
That
Or even
show,
TNA, like
did you hear that show is sold out in New York?
yeah, immediately. Like, I don't care to go to a house show. I really don't. Even the pay per views, like they're house shows. I don't care.
Colt Cabana's gonna be there probably, bro.
Oh, joy! I watched him and I was 4 feet away from him.
Thanks.
Yeah,
All right, true. I mean that, and we're
I
gonna
don't
see
need to
him.
see him anymore.
We're gonna see him with Mr. Belding.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll get our fill of him.
Are you? Is there anything that you're right now in terms of wrestling? I think that for the next, the thing I'm most excited about next week is Mr. Belding.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, and that's not even in terms of wrestling. That's just like life.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, it's not about the wrestling. I'm just super excited to see him. What's going on in Lucha Underground?
Oh, I mean, I missed last week because I was slacking, but this week, they're redoing like the trios tournament, so they did a couple of those matches. The main event was Johnny Mundo, his girl, and Cage against Dragon Azteca Jr., Rey Mysterio, and Prince Puma. And whew, I mean, that match was crazy. So prior to that, Mundo, Cage, and the girl were in Cueto's office, and he was like, "Oh, I know you guys don't like each other, but just go out there and win this thing."
Mm-hmm.
So And then, like, throughout the match, there's some miscommunication. They start hitting each other. Then they straight just, like, Cage just clotheslines the hell out of them and, like, full on just, ready to go back into that rivalry. So that was entertaining. And, I mean, Dragon Azteca, Rey Mysterio, and Prince Puma pulled out some crazy moves. Like, I sent you the video of Johnny Mundo catches Dragon Azteca Jr. in Tilt-A-Whirl, gets him on his shoulder, like, props him up so he flies in the air, does, like, a complete spin, catches him in a DDT. It was
sick.
just...
It was absolutely absurd.
Like, I saw it, and I was like, what? And, like, I had to rewind it, like, 5 times. I watched it in slow motion a bunch of times. It was, wow, what a move.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm missing out on a lot. I think that they're...
Well, yeah, you'll hopefully be able to watch the first season in a week or so.
Yeah.
Or some of it.
Yeah, once break hits, I will be catching up on some wrestling that I'm behind on.
Yeah. So that'll work out. It'll give listeners something to watch out for.
Yeah. All right. It seems unfortunately, our third co-host, Stat Baby, has risen from a slumber and does not seem very happy about this week's episode. So I think we're going to have to end it. Do you have any last words?
No, I don't believe so.
All right, now I'm going to ramble on for a minute while no one listens. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to remind you that we are brought to you in partnership with lastwordonsports.com, and we're also brought to you in partnership with W2M Network. It's Wrestling to the Max. You can follow them on Facebook. You can listen to us under the lastwordonsports.com channel on iTunes. You can also listen to us under the W2M Network on iTunes. You can listen to us under our own channel on iTunes. And please stop by, give us a rate and subscribe to us, and leave a comment there. You can follow us on Twitter at RunningWildLWOS. You can also email us at runningwildpodcast@gmail.com. And next week we'll be announcing a contest for some tickets to a local show. That would be the Fighting Spirit Pro Wrestling Lucha Libre Extravaganza. It's going on May 6th in Brooklyn. You guys should take a look at their website, fightingspiritwrestling.com, where you can pick up tickets that are still available to the show. People like Lince Dorado, who's going to be competing in the Global Cruiserweight Series, are going to be part of it. Some legends like Blue Demon Jr., Jigsaw are going to be wrestling. Dan Maff is going to be there with the Hit Squad. Team Lucha is coming up here. And then that's just aside from their regular programming they have there with Snot, this group that's taking over, wrestling the former owner of the company, Joel Maximo, and their champion, Mike Verna, and Blake Morris. So there's a lot to check out there. You guys should go over and take a look. Please follow me on Twitter at LWOSRich, and you can read my wrestling articles over at lastwordonsports.com/wrestling. And now, with all that out of the way, let's just remind everybody out there that you guys have been listening to the podcast that is just too sweet.